Coming to you live from downtown Detroit, this is Benzinga's PreMarket Prep with your host, Joel Elonin.
This is a volatile puppy here, isn't it?
And Dennis Dick.
I'm bidding a penny. I will buy the stock for a penny.
With everything you need to start your trading day.
Good morning, everybody. We are in a fast market today. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I'm Spencer. There's Joel. There's Dennis. We got to talk about Microsoft. We got to talk about casinos. We got to talk about Apple. We got to talk about M&A. We got a lot going on this morning. Before I throw it to Joel and his charts and recapping the overnight session, let's just get this out of the way right now. If we all just took a second and hit the like button right now, if we all did it, then I won't even ask you to do it for the rest of the show. So let's all just together hit the like button right now, get that done, move on with our days, move on with our lives, and then we can get into the market.
I did it.
Thank you, Dennis. As I said, we are in a fast.
If I do it, will you like?
Joel's never done it before.
I don't think Joel knows how to do it.
He's never done it before. He's never liked the show.
Joel, do you
Joel
know?
Like the show. He probably can't even. He's probably not even logged in.
I don't think. No, he can do it. He can do it. Anyway,
I'll see. Let's go to. Are you done with your promotional stuff?
I'm done.
Okay. Quiet range here. I got a little pop up to 48.50. Not much over there. Just a little daily number of 46.50. We'll see if that holds up for the remainder of the day. Downside 31.50. Nothing there for you, folks. Tuesday's low at 25.25. Crude goes up. I don't know about the crude stocks, but crude continues to move higher, up 96 cents at 71.43, matching this high that you had in August, right under $72. So we'll keep an eye on that. Gold rallied yesterday. Don't ask me why. Down $1.80 at 18.0530. Silver in the red by 6.5 cents at 23.82. Bitcoin recovering from the Walmart Litecoin fiasco, up 11.20 at 47.635. And Ethereum, kind of quiet, but having a good day, up 1.7%, $57. 34.14 Triple D, I know what I'm going to get you for the next gift.
What?
So, you know when you say like you're in a fast market, right? Well, there used to be on the floor when there was the reason they said things were in a fast market is because they didn't know where the hell the spoos were trading. So if they put up fast as the last quotes, they didn't have to really put the real quote up there. But I'm going to give you I'm going to get you a fast market sign
I need that.
to put outside your office,
Uh,
so
I'm
your
trying to fix
kids
this.
and your wife know not to bother you when you have like the fast market sign up there.
I
No
think
one will
so.
bother you. Should I get that for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I need
maybe
the
I'll get
fast
that
market
for you.
sign.
do,
All right.
do you have like an on-air sign that like radio stations have? Or
I should.
That's what you should.
Yeah, I should. Actually, my wife did give me one of those, but I've never hung it up before. I think we gave it away. That was years ago. It was
You know what? You know
we
what?
don't need that.
You know what Raz said he was going to do? And
The
he's
kids
never-
couldn't read at that age, so it didn't help.
Yeah.
Now, well, one can read, so.
Raz said he was going to in a new office that he was going to get something that put up when in downtown Detroit over the like marquee there when we were on air, when we were actually on air. There was something that was he said he was going to do that. Can you ask him when that's going to get done?
It was 6 years ago. Sure, Joel.
6 years ago.
I'll ask.
He did get the marquee done. Have you ever shown that marquee that we got on the side of the building in Detroit? I was a little disappointed when I came down on Friday, and I know if you were there, Spencer, they would have done it, and said, "Welcome back, Joel."
Oh,
But
all right.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's what we would have done. Anyway, let's get to the markets here. Let's start with Microsoft. Big headline from last night. They are raising their dividend and their buybacks. The dividend got raised by 11% from 56 cents a share to 62 cents a share. They also announced a new $60 billion buyback on top of the buyback they already had.
This major news. I
Yeah.
mean,
Ridiculous.
has there ever been a
Yes.
$60 billion buyback? There
Yes, we
has.
were talking about
Apple.
that. Yeah.
What did Apple do? 100?
Yeah, Apple. Well, over the last few years, they've bought back like an average of like 70 billion a year,
Yeah.
right? Like for the last couple.
So
of
they've announced, like on an announcement, there's been a $60 billion buyback. Because I don't care if they're buying it
Yeah.
slowly, and they do a 50, and then they do a 20. Have they ever announced like a 60? Is that the highest, or did Apple
No,
announce 100?
Apple's announced like an over 100. I believe.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay, so Apple has set a precedent here before.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a huge buyback. This is a huge blow to Joel's lunch bet with me. Obviously, we got the 290 to the 310, and that's really all that matters. I'm long the stock, but I could care less about making the money. I just want to beat Joel. So that's more important than making the money. But I don't know. I'm $7 away here. I'm not getting there anytime soon, probably. And yes, there's a pile of overhead resistance you're probably going to talk about in the 305 area.
Yeah.
But this is, you look at the market and you're starting to see, okay, some weakness in a few of the big names. If you start seeing stuff like this happening, like is this, just a start? Maybe one of the other big guns comes out and announces a big buyback. At least if, Microsoft, has a positive reaction to this buyback, which they apparently are so far. Question to both of you and the chat. Is this the start of buyback season?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much. These companies are sitting on mountains and mountains and mountains of money, right? I saw Sean Emery's tweet last night. I mean, he's totally right. Right? We've actually seen, I don't have the numbers to back it up, but we actually have seen a dramatic increase in buybacks this year, right? I've seen that headline 2 or 3 times now in the last quarter.
You guys got to calm down a little bit, okay, over this.
Joel's mad because he's on the wrong side of this. You don't want to lose this lunch. You don't want to see a 310 print. What is it? Is it 300 versus 310? I don't even remember now. You're probably
it's 300 versus 310, Dennis. You smart aleck. It traded 295 all last week.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to hear why this is very concerning?
Because you're going to lose a lunch bet.
First, I'll tell you 2 things. First of all, companies do this when they think there's some impending doom in the market and they want to be out there to support their stock. Okay, that's number 1.
All right.
Number 2, let me be the first to dub this as Microsoft's IBM moment.
Come on.
Yeah. This is Microsoft's IBM
They're going to buy
moment.
the top.
They're buying the top.
You're saying Microsoft is the next IBM.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That is.
He is absolutely right. IBM did their big buyback basically right at the top about, 7 years ago when the stock was trading like 200 and change. if Joel brings up the charts, which we haven't
Yeah,
seen any
yeah,
charts
yeah.
here today. We should get rid of our
I
ugly
have
mug
one
shots
there,
because
yeah.
I actually didn't even comb my hair today. Go back and look at IBM 7-8 years ago. We have precedence here.
I'm
Maybe
doing
it's
it.
even farther than that, but you
No,
can
I got
see,
it.
yeah, it's probably 2013-ish, 215, 218. They're like, our stock's on fire. This is the big buyback, and that was the top. So is Joel correct? Is this Microsoft's IBM moment?
Yeah,
I
what
say
if
no.
They can't do anything. They can't do anything else with the cash. They can't buy somebody or something. I don't know.
They don't need to buy anybody. They have
Listen,
everything they need.
It's definitely a kick in.
Who's number one? Is Apple number one or Microsoft now? Market cap. They're always racing each other.
Apple.
pretty sure it's
Apple has
Apple.
taken
Yeah,
on.
this I don't know today. Oh, that would be a big thing when and if Apple gets dethroned. But nah, I'm just talking my position here, and you're just so lucky, Dennis. I mean, you are so lucky. I mean, this thing was hanging in the 290s, and they do a $60 billion buyback.
You sold
That's
the
just so
dip.
stupid. That's it. I mean,
Gone down to 294, and Joel was licking his chops, getting ready for his NFT dinner. And boom, we're 304, just like that. 2 days later, buy the dip, wins again.
Yep. Okay, real quick. Spencer, don't say anything here.
Okay.
Dennis, what odds
Oh, no.
will you give me that the S&P does not make a new all-time high this year?
I'm not giving you any odds.
I knew that was coming.
One, I'm kind of on the bear camp to a certain extent too. Two, we're 100 handles off here now, so it's got to have a little bit. We're going to 3% rally. Is there a high probability it makes a new high? Probably. Buy the dip seems to win all the time. But with that being said, there's lots of things to be concerned about. Our chat's so smart, making good points on the buyback too here. What about, Biden's tax plans? Is this, preliminary, like coming out because we want to get this money back to shareholders in different ways before who knows what's happening with Biden's tax plan? I mean, buybacks, I don't know if they're going to be affected or not. I've never even looked.
Guess what odds Spencer gave me? Guess what odds Spencer gave me on that bet yesterday at lunch?
Oh, you took this bet with him.
He gave me odds.
I gave him good odds.
Wait, don't say anything, Dennis. What kind of odds?
You didn't give him like 3-1 or something, did you?
No, I gave him good odds.
Holy mackerel. Spencer. You got to work, Joel. You got to work him harder.
He gave me 5-1.
He'll try to scam you, man.
Yeah. We'll see.
5-1?
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, my gosh, Spencer.
Okay.
One, it's got to go up. You have to get the direction correct. So you should be getting the odds because right now you have 444. So really, this is how much we're in such a bull market that it almost feels just imminent that we have to make new all-time highs. So he gives odds on it. I mean, this is the mentality out there.
Yes.
And you know what is probably right? Spencer probably does win the bet because you know what? We probably do make new all-time highs.
Yes. Thank you.
So I asked him.
5-1.
I asked him what the maximum. I asked him what the max bet could be because I was thinking of going like 500, and something like that. And he said max bet was $20. So
really trying 500 to make $2,500 off.
Yeah, I'm not giving
$500.
We bet NFT lunches, so nobody really gets that angry about it. You lose real money like $2,500, and grudges are going to happen.
I'm not gonna let it affect me.
All right. So bottom line, Microsoft gets a lift here today. It is.
You know where the resistance is. I don't have to tell you guys.
Yeah, we already talked it. So it's up 1%. It's a nice lift. That's expected. It's a huge buyback. In other news, we have M&A action here. Breaking.
Breaking
at 7:50 it was breaking.
Yeah, breaking this morning, right before the show, we had some other headlines last night. The headline this morning was from Goldman Sachs and Green Sky, ticker GSKY.
What is Green Sky? I don't even know to be.
They're a lender. So this was not a formal announcement, not a press release. It's actually news broken by Dow Jones.
Okay,
right? DJ broke the headline at 7:50. You can see the pop. The stock was not halted until 7:52. So the headline is Goldman Sachs will buy Green Sky for $2.2 billion in cash. Comes out to a price of $12 per share.
Holy. Okay, so it's $2 billion deal.
2.2. Yep.
And they're knocking $5 off Goldman for this.
I know. That's what I said.
What is the market cap of Goldman Sachs?
Oh God.
I'm going to do some quick M&A and how we look and how we value these
I don't know
deals.
why.
Because you know what? I've been doing this for 20 years.
136.
So you got $2 billion. So, and basically they paid an extra what? So they're paying how much premium? So if it's $2 billion, maybe a $700 million premium.
Who knows how much they're
very ballparking it. Just air math happening here to impress Joel. So let's say they're paying like a $700 million premium. So you are going to knock on Goldman Sachs, which has outstanding. I'm just going to the outstanding shares.
Math. We're doing the math.
339 million shares outstanding. So logically speaking, if you want to knock the entire premium they're paying off, it's $2. They're knocking $5 off. They're knocking too much off. Now, with that being said, Goldman Sachs candle yesterday was butt ugly. With that being said, the TLT is trading slightly higher. With that being said, some of the banks are slightly in the red. So you got a little bit of impact there. But I think a $5 sell-off in Goldman Sachs is a few bucks overdone. Just my opinion.
And
but
what
the
about
candle there? I know the technicals come in, and that was a really ugly candle yesterday. So I'm probably not buying it, but I feel like there is an overreaction to this. But wow, GS not a pretty candle yesterday.
What about sympathy plays with this?
Nothing.
I mean,
it's too small of a deal.
Too small of a deal?
Yeah.
They're a lender.
Is there?
Right?
Do you have a GSKY sympathy play? I don't even follow GSKY, so this is a small. This is out of my wheelhouse when you get this small.
There are so many of these like lenders, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
100 of them.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Sorry, I really don't.
Okay. All right.
Lending club.
Yeah. No,
that's
Rocket
not
it. Mortgage.
Well, Rocket Mortgage is a housing lender, but so GSKY is a lender of what? I actually know nothing about this company. So Goldman went off the board here because I don't know if I've ever even made a trade on Green Sky before. It's not in my major 2000 stock universe.
It's a specialty. It's like a small business lender. It's like an alternative, right? It's like an alternative lending platform, right? So
this is a nothing burger. I cannot. It's not for GSKY. So congratulations if you had that. But I think it's a nothing burger for the sector. I think it's a nothing burger for Goldman Sachs.
I'm starting a new lending company, and we lend money, and you never have to pay it back. That's going to be the business model. Because I mean,
I already came up with that. You just stole that from me.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, it was buy now, pay never. Actually, it came up from somebody on Twitter.
Wait.
I stole it from somebody else on Twitter.
I thought that was the Affirm model.
Yeah, buy now, pay later.
We're
saying buy now, pay never. Like you never ever have to pay.
I thought pay never was.
You just service the interest forever. So you want to buy a couch? You never have to pay for it. We just service the interest payment on it forever, and we're going to jack the interest up to like 10% or something. So you buy your $3,000 couch, you pay us $300 a year, and you never ever have to pay off the couch.
Yeah,
I just came up with the best business ever. People don't take that, man. They don't care about the interest. They're like, I never have to pay off the couch.
When we were in
buy now, pay never. It works.
When we were in high school,
we could be rich, Joel.
We used to have stupid sayings, and we used to when we used to see someone, we see them in the hallway, we say, "Hey, later," and they go, "Much." So we could start out, that was a cool thing to say. So now we can start buy now, pay
not cool.
Much later, or never.
All right,
never. Buy now, pay never.
Can I bring us back here? I want to go back to the stocks. I want to go back. I want to go to the casinos here.
Wait, hold on. Someone wants the dad joke of the day. And,
all right.
We are on such bad tangents.
I'm trying to keep us on.
This might be the worst tangent.
You guys are hard to corral.
We can't even come in and talk a stock. We just go on tangents. I want to know the dad joke of the day too.
Dads love calling phone battery juice. That much.
What are you getting these? Are you making these up? You're taking these.
No, right here. Can I hold this up to the camera? Will that work?
He's got the dad joke.
Okay, no, Joel.
Will that work?
Joel, that was funny.
Okay, will that work?
He's got the dad joke calendar. So you get 365. Well, you only probably have 250.
Oh no, she got me more.
You got at least 250 of these coming at you.
You guys are gonna have to put up with this until
Okay, while we're
You
here,
better
Until
give the
next
credit to
Father's
the
Day.
calendar
Joel,
maker. Or they're
No,
gonna
wait, 22,
give us
June of
crap.
22.
Joel, since you're off tomorrow, you want to give us tomorrow's while you're at it?
Oh yeah. That's a great.
Joel, you
space.
off tomorrow? Why?
Yes, it's Yom Kippur.
Oh my goodness, you get so
Don't worry,
many
Dennis.
holidays.
Don't worry, you're more important to me than the holiday.
Okay, here we go.
Spencer doesn't take the holiday Yom Kippur.
Joel,
I know.
Is that right?
Because he doesn't do anything wrong all year.
That's right.
He is pretty good.
Okay, this is it. This is the last tangent of the day.
All right.
Dads love saying, "Who are you and what have you done with my son or daughter?" to a kid that is behaving well.
Okay. Cool. Moving on here.
So much true.
All right. Well, let's talk about.
I think I say that as well.
Let's talk about the casino stocks. Las Vegas Sands, WYNN, MGM, even MLCO, MLCO, down again this morning. If you thought that yesterday was sort of the extent of the damage, well, you were wrong. And it just goes.
Dennis,
my LVS. Why did I not sell it all at 44? I didn't get 45. I got 44 on half of it. And I was like cutting the loser. I should have sold it all. Cut those losers. Cut those losers. Cut those losers. But those who are buying the dip after day one, this is why sometimes they bounce back. But in a lot of times when the story and the trend is down, the trend is pesky and continues. And now you have Las Vegas Sands down another 4% after losing like 12% yesterday. You have Wynn Resorts down another $4.50 after losing, whatever it was, 8 or 9% yesterday. It's ugly, man. I mean, once China starts picking on you, it's hard to turn it around. Alibaba is now 158 and dangerously close to the 151 spot that I bought it at 5 years ago. Buy and hold. Might as well call it buy and fold on these China stocks. But anyways, we digress once again. Let's take it back to the casinos.
I mean, I was trying to think with Spencer, like, what can they go after next? Like, because for like a retirement.
That's why you cannot invest in China.
I mean,
they're going to go after something else.
The internet, they got gambling, they have education, they
video
have
game makers.
Gaming. Maybe they want their people to stop eating. Are there any Chinese food companies or anything? I mean, what?
Well, they went after Didi already.
Yeah. What else is there?
Yeah, that's more tech, but yeah.
Yeah, what is there? Is there anything less? Anything left?
Well, there's food. They haven't really messed with the global oil markets too much. So there's that.
Bitcoin. They went after Bitcoin.
They went after Bitcoin. They went after technology. They went after casinos. They went after EVs.
What else is there?
They went after travel. You can tie everything back to COVID, really. So like travel.
They pick on their public companies. And second, do you think a lot of money flying into Japan as a result of China? Because if you just think you want you're looking at the Asia exposure there, and Japanese markets have been on fire. Could some of this money that's moving into Japan just simply be moving from China?
That's a great
people
point.
Just don't want to invest in China now. And they're like, well, I got to stay in Asia. I'm going to go to Japan where they don't pick on their companies. Question to the chat. Question to you guys. I think so. I think you're seeing a significant rally. Look at EWJ.
Well,
I was just
EWJ at multi-year highs. Now, again, they've been in a 30-year bear market, so don't get too excited.
No, I think they're back at the highs, aren't they?
I don't think it's made back. It's like 45,000 back like 1994. Where is the Nikkei today?
I'm gonna look.
Let me ask Siri. Oh, the kid's got my cell phone. Where is Siri?
No, we've. All right, hold on. My chart.
No, this goes back. This won't do it for me because this won't go back to the 90s.
We're only like 30,000, Spencer. This is how bad the Japanese markets have been for 35 years.
My charts.
We hit like 45,000. I'm not joking. We hit like 45,000 in 1994. And we are almost 30 years later, and we're still down 30% from those highs. Wow.
Yeah,
buying in bubbles sometimes doesn't work.
Just after you were born, Spencer.
No.
It was in the 90s.
Nikkei all-time high. I'm Googling.
I'd say it's like 60.
It's a 31-year high. It's a 31-year high.
Okay.
31-year high. What's the all-time high? Well, I've got 1989, I believe, and it was 38,000. So I'm wrong with the 45. So it was 4 years earlier, it looks like.
We're at the highest level since April 91. I think
that's true. Yep.
So going to 30-year high.
Since before
they are at an all-time high. So if you bought back in 1989, you were still waiting to get your money back in the Nikkei. That's crazy.
Since before I was born. But I don't know why I guess you assume Japan, you went to Japan because of the Nikkei, but there's also Singapore to think about as well as in terms of like developed Asian markets.
They do.
Yeah.
Do we have what's a Singapore ETF? Is there one?
Yes, there is one.
What's the Singapore ETF? I
me-
need Siri. I just go, Siri, what is the Google? Or what is the
Yeah.
Singapore ETF? I have to go to Google. Singapore.
EWS.
Be careful
EWS.
what you
How's that?
say in Siri, Dennis. She doesn't always pick things up right. We're
EWS
tanking.
doesn't
What's
pick
going on here, guys?
Not going to
825.
Singapore.
What's going on, Dennis? Cancel bids.
We just tanked 2 points.
Yeah. Yep.
Back
I don't
down
know.
the
We're in the red
hatches.
now. This is bad. We're making a new low right now. We're going for
How
Monday's low.
about this market though? And it is tangent Wednesday apparently, but about this market, what about 3 days in a row the exact same trade? I mean,
No, now we're not getting to do it.
The exact same trade. 3 days in a row where we rally overnight, we open up at the highs, and then we puke. And we rally overnight, we open up the highs, and we puke. And we rally overnight, we open up the highs, and we puke. And who called it 3 days in a row? Who called it Friday? Who called it Monday? Who called it Tuesday? I'm giving myself props.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to. Jeremy Newsom says you got to pat yourself on the back. Did I make a lot of money on it? Probably not, because I have a long-term investment portfolio. So even though I made some money trading off of it, when the stocks go down, I still lose overall because I have so much money invested in the stock market. But this market does not want to hold a gain.
Oh, you know what? Harry Turkish mentioned one thing about China, and he said the banks. But they kind of are the bank, right? They kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so they can't really. What's that? No, I can't think of any symbols here. But okay.
I mean, but anyway, this all started with the casinos. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how we
you want to give me support? I could give you guys
Wednesday.
I don't know what to give. I could give you guys a pre-market low, and that's about it. And just if you're, maybe.
Well, I can do better than that, Joe. Las Vegas Sands, the low of the move, August 19th, $36.42 is super duper major support. We'll go to the WYNN Resorts, and it's the same story.
Okay.
$87.52, the low of the move. We are there right now, just slightly below it. If those levels do not hold, which they might, they're probably going to undercut them a bit, but they can get back up over there. Maybe it gets a little bit more interesting, but I don't know.
The WYNN kind of feels bid. Did they get there? Like Las Vegas did get there in the pre-market. It did get to 36.42. Is that? Oh no, it got lower than that. It got to 35. Boom. So it did undercut back above it. So 35 is the level there. And WYNN is the pre-market low is 84.50. They kind of feel big.
No, it doesn't trade 84. WYNN
84.50.
Pun fully intended. Is there an 84? You're got to be wrong.
84.49
there.
No,
this 84.49.
Look at the chart.
For the 4 a.m. traders once again.
Yeah, 4:45.
4 a.m. traders, they do it all wrong.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the other side and you were buying, then you're pretty smart.
Yeah, 4:45. A little bit of volume traded there. So it kind of feels bid here. I mean, resistance at 88 right now. So there's your range, 84.5 to 88. You got some room on the upside. And then for Las Vegas Sands, boom, little resistance at 37.50. Currently,
they're oversold. Are they due for a bounce? Yes,
oversold.
but are these stocks completely out of favor? And am I completely talking against my Las Vegas Sands book? Yes, I am. I'd be selling rallies. I tried to sell the rally in Las Vegas Sands. Sold half. Should have sold it all. Just get rid of those losers.
Okay.
Dog is a dog is a dog.
While we're on the topic of China, they did also have disappointing retail sales out this morning. Retail sales grew 2.5% versus like a 7 or an 8% estimate in August, year over year. Right. So you've got stocks like Yum China.
Food
trading
food
down.
And retail is what they're going after next.
Another one bites dust.
Yeah. How could if you're long Yum Barons, are you shaking in your boots or what? What if they outlaw fried chicken? Tacos.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. This could this be the short play?
This tangent. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. This tangent.
All right.
But I need to leave because I think I might be causing the tangents. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yum China is an American company. Say this is saying in the chat. Yeah, but their properties are all in China, right?
Okay.
But it's down 4.5% today. Is my this morning more than that actually 4.74%. That's why I brought it up. So
Yum China.
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
Isn't it? Unless my data needs to be refreshed.
Unless there's I'm not seeing many trades here.
Well,
why you? Oh, Yum China. You
Yeah.
got it. I forgot to see.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. That's different. Yum China.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been getting hit too. Okay. All right. Spoo's bouncing back here. Made a new pre-market low just by a couple ticks, and now we're back green again. So it looks kind of maybe. Oh, it was the Empire State Index 34.3 versus 17.5. That's bullish. They're buying up the Empire State Index.
I
Positive
have
rate.
to confess, I don't even know what that measures. I have no idea.
I think it measures like consumer confidence and stuff. Import prices down. That's it. I mean, that's the only thing I could see.
I don't know.
It's like the the Michigan index. I think it measures consumer sentiment.
All right.
I don't know for sure. Okay.
All right.
Do we have any earnings stocks at all or not?
No, not really. I want to talk M&A for a second because we
M&A? Okay.
Yeah. We talked about the Goldman deal this morning. There's another deal, not a deal, but a rumor of a deal last night. Citrix, CTXS. And Joel actually corrected me because I didn't realize this because I was out last week. But so apparently I missed it last week. Elliott Management, one of the most efficient activist investment firms out there, they disclosed a new 10% stake, and I say new because Elliott had already once upon a time had a stake in Citrix back in 2015. And they tried to get the company to sell then, and they couldn't do it. So anyway, last week they disclosed a new 10% stake, and then last night a report from Bloomberg that they are exploring, that Citrix is exploring a potential sale or some kind of a strategic alternative, which basically just means sale. So anyway, CTXS is your ticker here. There's Dennis's back. CTXS is your ticker. And I didn't realize that the Elliott stake was last week. So they take a stake last week, and then they come out this week and say, "Oh, we're going to try to sell the company again." So
I don't know what to say about this. I mean,
I know what to say. I was the first person to post that on Twitter. Go look at the feed.
You were the first person?
Yep, first person in the whole world to post that on Twitter.
Okay.
About the CTXS. We want to sell ourselves rumor. Thank you.
All right.
Dennis, did you go
Secondly, do you know what this so I'm going to take you on one more tangent.
You leave for 2 minutes because we're on tangents and then you come back.
So anyways, the girl's got a cough today.
I knew it was kid related.
Yeah, the girl's got a pretty good cough. She's not really sick, but I'm like, well, I shouldn't. Everybody's scared of COVID. So I'm like, okay, I shouldn't send her to school. So I'm like, okay, Natalie, you've been coughing too much all morning. And she does. She's got like a wet cough or whatever. She's not really sick, but it's like the end of a cold or whatever the hell she had on the weekend.
Yeah.
But it sounds like wet and yucky. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go, and this teacher's going to go, why are you sending your kid to school with a wet cough? So I'm like, okay, you're going to stay home today. Right away, the boy, when I say that, goes, the boy's sitting there. I'm like, no, that's fake. And then he laughs. Right away, the boy starts coughing.
Oh, he knew. You know,
yeah, for sure.
Because these Spencers, they're smart. They're smart. They're smart people.
Yeah.
It must be.
Oh yeah, right away. Like not even like waiting a second. He's like he sees the whole. Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, I got a cough. I get out of school too.
It's called pattern
Tangent
recognition.
Wednesday.
Pattern recognition.
You know. Okay, we're gonna sell ourselves. That's all exciting. Are you gonna find a buyer? I'm a fader of the CTXS.
I don't know.
Remember, they tried
to you.
Tried to do this once before.
On paper, I'm a fader.
They tried to do this in 2017. They tried and failed. They had a couple private equity firms.
I don't think anybody's coming around.
Yeah, this is like the hardest symbol to type in like every time. I never get it right.
Exit throws you off.
You're filling a gap. We thought it might get a chance to fill the gap last time, so you are filling the gap. I mean, with these kind of things, let's hear like who's going to buy them. Like first of all, who's going to buy them? Who wants it? Who needs it?
Some private equity firm probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to buy them.
Either
it's
do
one
I.
thing, and you see these rumors. Okay, when you get a real rumor that somebody's made an offer to something, that's real. When you have a rumor that, oh yeah, we'd like to sell ourselves, and we've actually now hired some people to try to sell ourselves, that's not like, oh my goodness, somebody's going to buy CTXS. It's like, well, they want to sell themselves. It's not as good as if somebody else wants to actually buy them in the rumors. So I'm going to say up $5. I don't think it's going up 10. So that's why. And I look at all this resistance up there, 115, filling the gap and everything, Joel.
Yeah.
I like the sell rather than the buy. Obviously anything can happen, so it's always scary to say, somebody might come in and buy them. But I think I'm betting. If I was a betting man, I'm saying no, nobody's coming.
And I'm not saying that anything nefarious happened or whatever, but like you have the pop up, right? You have a red candle, and then you put in a triple bottom at like the same area above the gap. Someone's just like, yeah, there's good news coming out on this thing. This is where I'm going to buy. So I don't know. I see the 115 resistance. Obviously when something's in play, you got to be careful on the short side. They took it to 16.99, so use that as a target. But man, this chart may be banned because now you're going to have this gap up here, and I don't know. I just don't like to see these kind of things in the market, but it's news and we got to talk about it.
All right, sold to you. 115 on the show. We'll see how I end up 6 months from now. But I'm bearish the stock at 115.
I'm not going to take the other side of that.
Okay.
Real fast, just before I forget, we've actually had a number of tech M&A headlines this week. We had and just rumors, right? We had a rumor in Box, BOX. We had a rumor in Vonage, VG. And we had, I think it was a rumor in RDWR, Radware. That was they're in talks to go private. VG had a rumor of a sale, and Box BOX also had a rumor, takeover rumor. So some M&A whispers in the winds here in tech land this week. Those are all in the past couple of days. Anyway, we had a couple of breaking headlines.
No guest?
No guest, because
it's my fault.
Joel screwed this one up.
Did JC stand us up again?
No. JC's back on the
JC called to apologize.
JC called me to apologize.
I think
JC's
he listened to the show. I think he listened to the show.
He likes his wine, though. He does
obviously more than us.
But you know what? I probably would do the same if it was beer. So JC, okay, we forgive you.
Oh wait, but what if the beer was not Labatt?
I've been drinking those craft beers lately. I told you that's why I'm Samuel Adams and all the big ones and Bud because
how is Samuel Adams?
I don't like any of those things because all the craft breweries are coming.
Oh, look at that. Tap. Wait, weren't they coming out with like the super water drink? Yeah, the lemon. Yeah, you know what the problem was? They didn't bring it to Detroit, and that's why.
Yeah, I know. It didn't come to Canada either.
No.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've come down a long ways. Valuation's actually somewhat attractive on some of these stocks, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a lot of competition.
All right. I want to talk Apple just for a second. We did have the iPhone event yesterday. Nothing too groundbreaking. Biggest takeaways from the new iPhone is better cameras, more memory. Kind of the two biggest innovations to my eye. We did not get anything on AirPods. We thought we were. We did get a new watch and a new iPad yesterday. And then of course, as that was happening, the carriers all came out with their promotions, AT&T, Verizon, etc., T-Mobile. But yeah, nothing too crazy from the Apple event. Nothing too earth shattering. It was cool. Like these cameras, like the camera capabilities on these phones is like amazing, but nothing like earth shattering from a.
Should I upgrade from my iPhone 5?
Yes.
Should this actually be the time I should upgrade? Because my camera sucks.
Wait, stop. There was no way to go over 5.
You don't have a 5. I don't even have a 5.
If you had a 5, your apps wouldn't work.
It's the 5S or whatever. Yeah, it is. 100%. I do. I don't have it here because the kid's watching.
There is no way.
iPhone. I do. 100% because everybody. It was like 6 years ago I bought it. iPhone 5 SE.
That's
my phone.
There's no
I have
way
the iPhone 5 SE and I'm still using it.
There's no way your apps still work.
They all work. Well, not maybe some.
No, they don't.
Work.
There's no way.
Well, some of them maybe don't work, but some stuff on my phone doesn't work. Like my wife picks up my phone and she says, "I hate your phone. Upgrade," because it's like nothing works. But the stuff that's important to me works.
When's the last time you updated a single app? Like 2 years ago?
I don't think I can. I don't think it's allowed now on iPhone 5 SE. Like they're trying to force me to upgrade, but I'm like the person that's like, no, I'm fighting the power, man. No. I'm like not giving Apple that extra money in there. They definitely missed at least one upgrade cycle with me, and I'm fighting the power. I'm sticking with the iPhone 5 SE until the battery is completely dead. But then I got informed yesterday they can buy a battery for him for like $50.
Dennis, just buy a 12 or an 11.
My battery drains so fast. I talk on the phone for 5 minutes, I lose like 50%.
It's because you talk so fast. The battery can't take it. Spencer, do you have the breaking news thing? Because I do have some breaking news.
Yeah. Can you give me like 5 seconds? I got it. What's the breaking news?
A week from Tuesday, 2 weeks from yesterday, on PreMarketPrep.com, I'm doing a new special segment.
What do you got?
It's going to be Gene Munster versus a mystery guest.
Really?
Reveal who the mystery guest is. And Dennis, don't say anything, or Spencer.
I don't know the mystery guest.
This guy's good.
It's not Dennis.
We are going to I've talked to both.
I wouldn't go against Gene.
All right. No, he's going to go with Gene on some stuff. It's funny because they fought. I mean, they're both really in tune to a lot of the same stocks. And you got to be a member of Pre-Market Prep Plus, though, in order to do it. It's just not free for everybody.
So Gene's coming on every Tuesday?
No. This is a special segment, Gene versus mystery guest. I already have in mind who the second mystery guest is going to be.
I think I know. Is it Kathy Wood?
Well, no. I don't have a connection to Kathy Wood. So there's going to be some big flyers coming out. You're going to see the artwork that I did for this. Absolutely incredible. I did it on what do you do artwork?
You did the artwork or
on Microsoft? What do you do artwork on?
Microsoft
Word.
Microsoft Paint.
Paint. Yeah, Paint. I did it on Paint. Right. So that's next Tuesday, September 28th, 1 to 1:30 p.m. The more information coming your way. It's going to be the most informative half hour on tech stocks of the year. And
we're pumped.
We're pumped. Okay, Spencer, go ahead.
Let's just one quick note for anyone who's holding the bag in support.com.
Did you hear this, Dennis?
Support.com is now off the board. They completed a merger.
What's the new symbol?
The new symbol is GREE. So if you had support, you don't have it anymore. You have GREE. You have for every share of support.com.
Is this really up 55 points, or is this some type of adjustment in here?
No. I'm telling you. So for every share of support.com that you had, you now have 0.115 shares of GREE. GREE is the larger company, right? Greenridge is or Greenidge. Greenidge is the larger company. Support is a subsidiary of Greenridge, so there's more to it than that. So it's not a 1-to-1 thing. It's a 1 to 0.115 thing.
0.115. Yeah. So if we just look the adjusted price on this, because support went off the board at what price, Joel?
10 something.
Yeah.
1180. It looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe 1180.
11.8 divide by 0.115.
Yeah.
You need $102, man. It's 66.
Oh, it's hard because it's there's more to this company than support. It's not anyway.
I'm just gonna say when we talked that was this the SPRT one that went berserk to 50 or 60, and then hey, go rewind the tape to what day was that? The 30th, the day after, and I said when the thing went from 29 back to 40, I was like, this is your selling opportunity. I think we were right on that one too.
Wait, what happens to puts that are sold on support?
Even though I don't trade the stock.
No idea.
Wait, does anyone know? I don't actually know. Oscar is asking.
They'll adjust.
Oscar the Grouch?
They'll adjust.
If you sold puts,
they don't just go off the board. They adjust to the new. So whatever that ratio is, the 0.115, they'll adjust and become GREE options.
I guess. Yeah.
That's how they work. They adjust on mergers.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what?
What a dog that one was too.
How can I not? And I can't believe no one else has come up with this. Could they pick a different symbol? Because if you think agree, and you think the people that traded that were greedy, right? Now they get a stock.
If you're buying that at 40, 50, 60, the FOMO took over. And,
yeah.
And you know what? A lot of people are excited today. They probably see, oh my goodness, it's
60,
and I'm up 459%, and then they realize they took 90% of their shares away.
How could the SEC? How come Gensler? Come on. I mean, he's talking working about payment for order flow. How could he let this kind of stuff go on?
This is the problem with the pump and dumps that are happening on social media. And I don't know if the dumps are happening, but I tell you, there's a lot of pumps in these smaller stocks. That's why we don't even like talking these smaller stocks.
Yeah.
Because there is just so much, social media manipulation of these things. And, AMC obviously to the same extent, but that's just broad and the apes are all over it and it's doing its own thing. But how many of these stocks that are getting pumped on social media actually, hold up those gains? It seems like when we, besides AMC and GME, which, have been their own, you look at all these other ones like Wish, they were all talking Wish, and that's $6 now. And, there's so many of these other ones, like, if we go back to January, the ones that were on Reddit, where these stocks are just absolutely in the gutter. So, Sundial was another one too, wasn't it? Remember SNDL taking off in January, went from like $1 to $3, 70 cents now, right back to where it came from. I mean, for the most part, you got to get out on these things while the getting's good. You can trade anything you want. If you want to trade the momentum in these things, go ahead. Just don't get stuck, because it seems like you come back and 3-4 weeks later, these things are there's a lot of bag holders in a lot of these stocks.
Yep. That's so. Anyway, if anyone,
Naked, they're give us the numbers, give the names in the chat on all these ones. Naked was another one.
Naked. Oh, TJ's mentioning Workhorse. Workhorse actually had news this morning. Workhorse is formally withdrawing their protest of the USPS contract.
But the difference was Workhorse had a catalyst, a potential catalyst. They didn't get the contract.
Yeah.
So that was talked a lot about on social media, and that was hyped up. But that was going up for a long time. And that had the potential catalyst. So they would have got that USPS contract. It would have been a different story. But there's just a lot of these other smaller names. You just got to watch. You just got to be careful, because it's like these stocks that are promoted on social media. It seems like they get a lot of life going. They go up for a week or two, and then the dust settles and they start to fizzle away. And eventually they usually come back to where they came from. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, and this is also what's made like AMC and GameStop so impressive, is like that's what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing the pump and the dump. We never really got a full dump in either of those things.
Well, AMC, I don't know if the apes don't sell. So they're definitely not pump and dumpers. Those apes are just pumpers. I don't know if there's anything wrong with just the pump if you don't dump. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe Gensler will change the rules there, but I'm just saying you got to watch the promoted stocks. This is one thing we've talked about this on the show before. In the 1990s, it was newsletters. Where you had the internet newsletter, you'd get this, and this promoted stock, and the stocks would blast off because they blast out to 40 million emails, and they're hoping a few thousand people buy it, and that's what happens, and the stock goes up. It's just changed. The social media is now the way that they're doing these things. Where they're promoting these stocks, and obviously we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but you assume there's some people dumping it, and then obviously the stocks fizzle out and they go away. And, there's a lot of people left with, holding the bag. So just be careful on these smaller companies that it's going to be the next Amazon, or, they're talking up these stocks, because a lot of times these things don't end well. That's my warning.
Yep. It's a great point.
Spoon's coming right back up. I mean, boom, undercut.
But the dip worked again, Joel.
Undercut the pre-market low. And then, Dennis, could you give us a little historical background on the Empire State Index?
Do you know what's in that, Joel? And I don't really know what's in
that. Zero. Nothing. I know nothing. I know
doesn't
know about that.
It moved the market.
No, it didn't. Okay. Green.
Yeah, it did. Why do you think, Spencer? It did move the market.
I didn't actually look at the number. What?
It was huge. It was like a big beat on the Empire State Building.
All right,
it was huge. We went down. This green bar. You look when the Empire State
34 versus 18.
Huge.
Okay. Yeah.
It's so bullish. Oh my Lord. I can't believe it. Look at the way they bought it up off that. Whatever it is. Pay attention to that next time. That's our new indicator.
All right.
Empire State Index.
Apparently so.
How about the Motor City Index?
Stocks like Roblox, and then
people
are bringing up a lot of momentum names, former momentum names. I've been on and saying I kind of like the Roblox story, but that's an ugly candle too. I mean, I'm looking here and saying the stock hasn't rallied. I don't know. If we start to, blast off to all-time highs like Spencer Israel thinks we're going to do, a lot of these growth names are going to obviously be the leaders coming back. But RBLX is now down another $4.
They have numbers. Daily active users for August, a little over 48 million, which is up 32% year over year. But I think that represents a slower growth rate than prior months. So growth decelerating, it appears.
Are you kids on that, Spence? Dennis?
No.
Too expensive.
No. They're not really into video games at all. They're still stuck in kids land.
Too young.
Yeah,
honestly.
Maybe that's a.
What's your
Spencer
favorite show now?
If I introduced him to video games, he'd probably never get off it. So I'm trying to just not introduce him to video games, but eventually he'll get them. I don't. This is concerning. I mean, you got major support 73, 74 on this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
what's concerning is that we've just been hanging out too long, and we never really, we had the nice move back, in the summer.
Choppy.
It's starting, and the gamers, have come out of favor. And not that our Roblox, it's kind of unique. It's very unique business, and there is a lot of kids on it, and it is popular. But the valuation's always been an issue too. I've liked it before, but I'm going to say here it's just been here too long. It feels like I don't know if I'm coming in buying the dip today on it, even though I like the story. Some of the story stocks are just not getting carried right now.
Where do you go in this one? I mean, I think, do you get to, Dennis, you mentioned 74. I mean, we're not going to 73.9. I mean, maybe we are. I don't know. I think for this one, I just have to keep an eye on that pre-market low and then see it. If you want to take a stab in the dark on it, see what you put, because there's just nothing in here. There's just no memory. Down to 73.90. You had this other low at 73.40. He gave you the area. I don't know where. I can't even give you just to look at 929. If you feel you have to trade this, look at 929 and 29.59.99999 seconds. Wherever that low is, boom, use that as a level. That's all I have for you.
They want to talk SoFi. I bought SoFi a few weeks ago.
What?
We haven't talked about it, obviously. I don't think, because I would have mentioned that I bought it. I think I bought it around this 14. See the 3, 4 lows, Joel, back. You know me. I'm looking. It didn't make a new low, and it's holding that 14, hugging that 14. We're looking like August 26th, 27th, 30th, and then it had the move. So I actually timed it really well. I think I might have bought it on the 31st, and then had a day it did nothing, and then the next day it started to lift, and it went all the way to 16. I'm still in. Yeah, I should have sold it, obviously. Maybe I made a quick $2 on it, but it's come all the way back down.
SoFi does not have a lot of coverage, but they got an upgrade. I'm sorry, initiation and a buy today from Mizuho.
Yeah,
gave it a $28 price target. They're only the 4th firm to have coverage on this stock.
I'm long it. I'm leaning on those lows. Again, whenever I go in these swing trades like this isn't a long-term investment. It's a swing trade. Whenever I go in these things, I'm always leaning on the lows of the move. So 13.56. I was saying that was going to hold. I think I bought in the low 14, so it was just myself 60, 70 cents. I was hoping it could fill the gap. You know what I'm looking at,
get over 16. Yep.
Yeah, but it didn't ever get over the 16. When it put those 3-4 highs, I probably should have rang the register, but I don't give my swing trades as much attention as they probably deserve. So I'm day trading, and doing all my arbitrage stuff and everything else that I don't pay attention. And then, I look and it's SoFi is down, because I only look at it once a day. And anyways, I hindsight capital 2020 should have sold it, but I'm still in SoFi, SOFI, from the low 14s.
Is this Chamath Palihapitiya's?
It's one of his. Yeah.
How'd I do on the pronunciation on that?
I'll give you a B-.
Oh, that was worse than last time. I mean, you got to clear this 16, Dennis. I think you get out, clear this 16.
Big level.
Yeah, for some reason. You had the move, yesterday. I mean, if you still feel like this 14 low is the low, and you went to 16 and you're getting halfway back. I mean, they kind of crushed it yesterday. This is helping, but still at 14.96. Even sellers at 15 right now. People probably got caught, but I'd say be real bullish today. You don't have to take out the 16, but hold on to these gains, close above 15. Maybe put a couple other lows. This one probably have a higher low today, but 16 is the number.
I just saw, I guess this was from earlier in the morning. I missed it. Apparently there was and Joel mentioned this, but I didn't realize that this missile from North Korea landed in Japan.
Bullish.
Landed in Japan, apparently.
Bullish.
All right. I remember the time, there was a time when the market used to care about such things, but I guess we're not there anymore. And just, okay, so someone dropped us a super comment in the chat. The ticker was IRNT. Just so you know, Joshua, stock like IRNT, not really our bag, not really
all thin and wild,
right? SW and wait.
It had earnings too, didn't it? Didn't IRNT
STW.
have earnings or an update or something?
Small, thin, and wild. Do they have earnings? Oh man,
I think they did yesterday. That's why it's really wild.
did they? I don't know.
I think so. I saw it go by on the ticker.
Oh yeah, they did have earnings yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
Q2 sales of $6 million, down from $7.9 million a year ago. Anyway, just so you know, Joshua, stuff like that. Wow. I hope it works out for you, but not really.
It's hard to control the risk and stuff like this. I would just say you got room up to 30. That's where the major resistance is. Like, holy mackerel, that's going to be a huge level because you got bag holders from the candle on the September 7th. So upper 29s. If I was long this, if it got up there, that's probably where I would ring the register. But I don't know, like, you've got overhead supply there from that candle, but there's not a lot of history here. 10, 12 trading days. Was this a SPAC or anything before?
Yeah, it was.
No, I don't know.
I'll just give you a number ahead of that, just based on the pre-market information, and someone has a piece at 28.20. Two highs there, 28.21, 28.25. You backed off $2 from there. So does that make me think we're even going back to 28 today? Sellers stepped down to just above 27 after that. So I don't know if you got caught here and you bought the dip. I mean, it's very important to take out that pre-market high. And just a real quick, I look at the name of this company, IronNet, real quick. What band sang Iron Man?
Black Sabbath.
Oh, young Spencer. Did you know that one's Dennis or not?
Come on. That was an easy one, Joel.
That's old though, Spencer.
Oh, it's so old. It's so old.
It is.
Oh, man.
The music in the 70s and 80s, even the early 90s, so I like the grunge. That was the best. I don't like any of the new music now. You like the new music, Joel?
What new music?
Exactly. What
country?
Music is this?
Man, I haven't been to a country concert in a long time. Man, oh man, I don't know. I do have a confession to make. I went to the Michigan game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're talking about services, going to services. We did the virtual for Rosh Hashanah.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Lisa, I said, because I'm always trying to get out of going to services, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, if I went to a Michigan game with 110,000 people, I kind of got to go to services when they're probably only going to be like a couple hundred. So that's where I'll be tomorrow. I'm going to put a suit on. I'm going to be a suit. I'm going to be a suit tomorrow. I got it from the cleaners. I got a suit. Yep.
You know what? Actually, wait. I'm actually dressed to go straight from here to dinner and then to temple tonight. This is like my temple garb. This is what I'm going to wear. So yes,
he looks good.
It's the button down. I'm wearing chinos.
Way down better than my t-shirts represent.
I'm wearing chinos. You can't see. I'm not going to stand up for you, but I'm wearing chinos. So
okay. No virtual service.
3 minutes. Okay. Give us some tickers.
Tell me to stand up. I'm not going to do it.
I kind of like virtual services because then you can fall asleep and no one sees you fall asleep. No, I'm not going to fall asleep. It's a big holiday. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, minutes. Tickers.
Yes. We'll take some tickers from the chat for the next few minutes. Drop them in. We'll cover a couple if we can. Let's start with I'm just going through.
They're picking on me because they're putting all my losers in there.
No,
SMG is a loser in my long-term portfolio.
Okay.
Fisker is a big loser in my long-term portfolio now after being a big winner at one time.
Chat's feisty today. Let's start with this is from Antonio.
Woo! Let's
start with Nextera. NEE.
You're going to a utility stock? Boring.
From Antonio.
Huge component in the XLU. I arbitrage this against the XLU almost every single day, but that's about it. There's utility stocks are somewhat, looking a little bit tired. They've had a hell of a run, but again, in the defensive market, these stocks tend to outperform. It's not coincidental that, they've actually been performing okay in the last couple of weeks, but I don't know.
Major sell. I mean, if you get anywhere near 86 today, big seller at the point at 86, right? That's your major resistance. And I'd be a little bit concerned here. You got 3 lows in the same area. You better hold, let's call it 84.40. And just, I know this is not it's not a utility, but it's kind of treated like a utility, and this is making me very cautious. These kind of stocks. Dennis, did you see Comcast yesterday?
What happened to Comcast?
They came out and said their subscriber growth as it compares to 2019 was slower.
That is got to be the biggest, ugliest red candle I've ever seen in Comcast in a long time. CMCSA is a conservative stock that moves around 50 cents or $1. For that stock to lose $5 in a day, they must have said some really, really ugly stuff. So you think, okay, buy the dip. You buy on day one, though, is often a second day of washing out. So I'm scared. And you know what? Comcast has been running for a while here too. Cable, I don't totally get it anyways. I don't really get why Comcast has been running. So I'm scared of that candle.
I don't know.
I mean, it's moving. The whole month of March last year was like $11.50, $12, and now you have this move in one day. I don't know. I mean, it's going to take so long to overcome that bar. Like if you think this thing is going back to 58. I don't know. It's bad. I don't know where 55 on the monthlies, but or not on the dailies. I see a 55 low, but boy, this is that. I mean that's just a big move. I don't know. AT&T has already been in the doghouse, so it tried to clear the 50%. I don't know. I don't know how. I just think about stocks and I think about utilities and I kind of throw Comcast in there. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap things up here.
I'm leaving too.
Market Prep Plus. And Spencer, we'll let you take it away here, and I'll talk to you guys later on.
Joel, we'll see you at the close today, and then we won't see you tomorrow.
Correct.
But I'll be here. Tomorrow.
Everyone, be good. Be nice to Spencer, even though he's working on the most sacred holiday of the year. I'll say a prayer for you. Okay.
It's not like I'm not going to services. Yes, I like you guys more than I like going to services. This is a fact. I like going to work more than that. So this is and also, and don't tell Joel. Joel's not here anymore anyway. But like, if I go to work, that's kind of an excuse to like not fast. So don't tell anyone about that. Real fast before I end the stream here and go on to our live trading show today. Real fast, Benzinga just had a breaking news headline, and I want to bring it up here. Let me get on my screen for a second because it sort of. There we go. Okay. Ticker AMPE. Those of you looking for volatility, looking for action this morning, looking for low price stocks, do I have something for you, AMPE? Ampio Pharmaceuticals. We just broke that they had good top line results from their this is for a drug that treats osteoarthritis in the knee. Their drug showed a statistically significant reduction in pain at the 12-week mark. All these red headlines here going into details. But that's not as interesting as the right side of the screen, which is the stock right now. So we just broke the headline there, the bottom of that green candle at 9 o'clock. You can see it right there. So you just got yourself a nice... what is that? You got yourself a nice 20 cents, more than that, in AMPE. If you're subscribed to Benzinga Pro, you can get these headlines, by the way, guys. If you're subscribed to Benzinga Pro, pro.benzinga.com, free 2-week trial for everyone that does not auto sub, I believe. Free 2-week trial for all, pro.benzinga.com. Again, I'm going to put the link up on the screen. Any questions about that? About Benzinga Pro? Wait, where's my Pro link? Hold on. I don't know where. There it is. Pro.benzinga.com. Any questions about Benzinga Pro? How it works, how to use it, how the subscriptions work, whatever. Email this email address. That's also going to be on the screen. There it is. onboarding@benzinga.com. That goes to the entire Pro support team. And they can answer questions that I certainly can't about how Benzinga Pro works, subscription terms, conditions, features, all that good stuff. If you, by the way, if you have your own platform, your own Twitter following, whatever, you can become a Benzinga Pro affiliate, which just means that every time you send us a subscriber, you get paid. And the link to do that is going to be on the screen here in a second as well. All you got to do is it's on the bottom of the screen. It's the scrolling ticker. You go to benzinga.partnerstack.com, BENZER partner stack, STACK, partner stack, benzinga.partnerstack.com. You will get 30% on every subscription you send to Benzinga Pro. So there is my daily Benzinga Pro plug. How are we doing on the likes front, guys? 418. The goal for me is 500. That's my goal. Getting me to 500, and I will be a happy man here. Or don't even do it for me. Do it for Joel. Do it for Dennis. Okay, I know there's a few things we didn't get to. We can cover them on the next show. We didn't get to Nikola. They had some news. I guess Nikola's online in Germany. The plant's online. They're making cars in Germany, supposedly, allegedly, reportedly. Anyway, that was a quick fade in Nikola this morning, right? Because you got to like 10:30. What'd you get to? No, you got to 10:10. No, you didn't. You got to 10:29. So yeah, already off 20 cents off that high. That's a quick pop and drop on Nikola. But yeah, we haven't talked about that stock for a while. Okay, here's the plan for the rest of the day. Whoa, the SEC report. Is that out, Marv 23? Shoot, I didn't see that. I know the SEC has been working on this GameStop report. Is it actually out? I saw he said they're almost done. I didn't see the report was actually out yet on GameStop. If it is, then I need to get it. Need to get my hands on it. I didn't see it up this morning, so if you see it, drop it in the chat. Okay. Here's what's going to happen now. Thank you, Marv. It's not out. I was just trying. Yeah, I don't know when it's out either, Marv. Gensler said they're almost done, so we'll have to just wait and see about that. Next show is going to be live trading with Benzinga, myself, Mitch, Ryan, Zunaid, and then David Green would join us as he does every Wednesday at 10:30 for the last half hour of that show. That'll be followed by SPACs Attack, which will be followed by Power Hour, followed by Get Technical, followed by Moon or Bust, our DeFi and altcoins show, 2 o'clock. I'll be back with Joel at 3:30 for the At the Close show. And that's the plan for the day. Quick note, though. For whatever reason, the redirect feature on YouTube is not working for us right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste the link to the next show in the chat, because when I end this show, it won't automatically redirect you to our next show for whatever reason. YouTube is just being weird. So here's the link. I'm going to paste it in chat right now. You can always go to youtube.com/Benzinga or youtube.com/Benzinga TV to find our future shows. Yeah, there it is right there. Live trading coming up right now, basically, as soon as I end this show. So I know there are some tickers in the chat. I see Man U. Excuse me. I see Man U. Can't cover all these tickers right now. Hop on over to our next show, live trading. We will get to way more of them. We have an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to kill. So that show is going to go live as soon as I end this show here, and we'll cover more tickers. So just drop your tickers in that chat, and we will discuss. Please remember, everyone, that all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes only, not for investing or trading advice. I'm sorry that we didn't have a guest today. We will have 2 guests tomorrow, I promise. Blame Joel for the lack of guests today, is what I would say. Not my fault. Not my fault. All right, that'll be a wrap for me. Are we at 500 likes? I want to stay on until we're at... No, we're not. I want to stay on until at least 500 likes. I will sit here and I will do nothing. I will stare at the camera. If you don't believe me, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Get me to 500, and then I will sign off. 491. Oh, well, I forgot to plug our events. Guys, by the way, benzingaevents.com. Okay, we got a bunch of events coming up in the next couple weeks. We've got our next all-access event is Friday. We've got the EV conference next week. We've got a healthcare conference. We've got our next in-person conference a month from today, the Cannabis Capital Conference in New York. So benzingaevents.com for all of our upcoming events. Are we at 500? Yes, we're at 530. Thank you. And I really didn't want to stare at the camera any longer. All right, I'm going to hop off this stream. Live trading with Benzinga coming up live next. Again, The link is in the chat. Just go to youtube.com/Benzinga. It'll be the next show up right there. It'll also be streaming on Twitch, on Twitter, as all of our shows are. And I'll see you over there. Everyone have a good rest of your day. If I don't talk to you, good luck at the Open, and stay green and stay filled. We'll be live in a couple of minutes with our very next show.